Well, howdy folks, how you doing? This is Rocky J here. Been a little bit since my last video update, but I've got a whole series that's actually coming up right now that we're going to do, and this is going to be all about lightening up and reducing the size of America's favorite rifle. And so this kind of started with a previous build of mine, and during that process I learned a lot about what I should do, what I shouldn't do, and it landed me into building this AR pistol that you see right here. And when I took what I learned in the last lightweight small build and applied it to this one, I had a lot more success. And so this is built, I guess, exactly how I wanted it to be for what I was doing. I'm going to put a light on the front end of it, and that's probably about the only other change it's going to have other than a sling. And everything that I put into this, I learned along the way between this and the previous one, what I really like and what works for me, and I've proven it here now that it's capable and possible, and I'm going to apply that to a couple other ARs of mine, and I'm going to bring you guys right along with me as I do it, and you'll see how we lighten those up and how we shrink them down a little bit without taking away their philosophy of use. And one is an SPR, which is going to be a little bit longer distance on it as far as its intended range, and a longer barrel, of course. And then the other one is actually a 300 blackout pistol. And that one, even though it is moderately small and light already, we're going to lighten it up a little bit more. So let me just go over real quick what all is taking place here with this one, what the parts are that I used. It's an Aero Precision ATLAS S-One handguard, and a Aero Precision M4E1 upper, and their M4E1 lower. It is a Faxon 10.5 inch 5.56 pencil barrel. We have you can hear my dog's ears flapping in the background, sorry. We have a V7 A2 birdcage, V7 bolt catch, V7 port door cover here, and pins, receiver pins, and trigger pins. And I think that's all the V7 on here. Nope, actually the end plate is also V7 with the QD mount there, and as is the castle nut, and inside is also a V7 buffer. Let's see, give you a quick peek at that right there, not that it's anything exciting, and buffer retention pin and spring. Well, I've got this open. It is a velocity trigger, single stage trigger. We have a Battle Arms Development bolt catch right here. The bolt itself is an Aero Precision nickel boron BCG, and that is a Radian charging handle. This is actually the SL, which short lever is what the SL stands for, I believe, and because the levers are indeed rather short compared to some others. They don't stick out quite as much this way, so it's nice that it doesn't slam up against you if you've got it on a sling. It's not pounding into your chest. I think I like it, at least for this build, which is small and light as the intended purpose. I like it. I probably will stick with the BCM gunfighter that I have on the SPR. I might put one of these on the smaller 300 blackout pistol too. I do like that. Wrapping up what else is on here, this is a Battle Arms Development titanium gas block, and honestly I think the gas block, barrel, and titanium muzzle device, the barrel is steel of course, are maybe the most helpful parts in reducing the weight, and not just because they replace some parts that are otherwise very heavy with some parts that are very light, but because they're so far out on the forend as well, it really brings the center of gravity back towards you. So it just makes it a more easily carried and used weapon. The optic is a Trijicon MRO. This is a green dot, and the mount is a ScholarWorks full co-witness mount. So it is a little bit shorter than the 1/3 co-witness mount. That brings this down just a hair. There's the telephone. Pardon me. Hey guys, pardon me for the interruption there. That was my wonderful bride telling me that she's going to be making enchiladas for dinner tonight when she gets home. So hey, what have I got to complain about? I am living the life here, lightweight, high-end ARs, and a beautiful, loving wife who also loves guns and is going to be making me enchiladas because she also loves spicy Mexican food. I'm telling you, this is the life. So let me see if I can recall where we were going through the parts here. I think we were just talking about how the lightweight parts, the muzzle device, the gas block, and the barrel, I find to be the most significant parts when you're reducing the weight of a rifle, because what it does is it not only takes some parts that are quite heavy and makes them quite light. In the case of the muzzle device and gas block here, they're titanium, and the barrel is steel because it has to be, but it is a very thin and lightweight pencil profile from Faxon. And the lighter weight out on the forend also reduces, in addition to reducing the weight, it also brings the center of gravity back towards you. So it makes for a much better weapon to manipulate. You can move it around a lot faster. It's a lot easier to carry. You're not trying to hold so much weight out on the front end with your forearm. And that's something the missus appreciates as well. So that was part of the inspiration for making these lightweight builds to begin with. Now, I know I'm not the first guy to go do a lightweight build, but you know, I took a lot of what I learned from other folks and what I've learned through my own experiences and applied it, and I think that I did a very nice job here. And we're going to get to the total weight of this in a second. Let me just finish going through the parts here. This is a SB Tactical SBM3. Is that right? SBM3. It's the adjustable pistol brace. This is an AR pistol. I think I might have called it a rifle. I was mistaken. And that's really nice because it's a brace, but it also gives you an adjustable length of pull to really fit your body perfectly. So I think that we've covered everything here. Oh, it's a Magpul MOE K2 grip. It does have the storage because you know, I like the storage option. I don't have anything in there, but I should probably put like a little GI cleaning kit in it or something like that, because you know, you never know when you might need it. Maybe another battery for the optic, because the green dots do go through batteries a little quicker than the red. And when I say quicker, I mean it needs a new battery every year if you leave it on setting, I believe 3 for the entire year. So once a year you'll have to change that battery if you leave it on the whole time, which I'm gonna do most likely. I probably won't turn it off unless I'm traveling or something. I just want this one to always be on and ready, and so I'll probably do that. And I just have a habit where I change batteries out on everything at least twice a year. So I have a summer birthday, so I basically do every Christmas and every summer, or every Christmas and every birthday, I have battery day, and I go through and I change the batteries on all my electronics, all my gear, flashlights, optics, smoke alarms. Whether they need it or not, they get new batteries. And I also at that time take inventory of my back stock of batteries and decide if I need to purchase some more just to have them on hand should there come a day that I can't acquire new ones. I like to have them around. So Yeah, and you know, I'm the kind of dork that kind of enjoys changing batteries and getting my hands on the gear. You know, I like doing technical stuff, so it doesn't take away from my holidays. It only enhances them. I'm a strange guy like that. One more thing, and then we'll get to the weight, which I know is what everyone wants, and that is magazines. They are the Gen M3 Magpul, part number M556. Window magazines, and these as you can tell are in Coyote, which is awesome. I live out here in the desert, so it's a nice color for me. I kind of like the look, and it also matches the weapon, and it matches the surroundings here. It's a good thing. Close up there, and you can see what I've got loaded in here. They're new to me. I think they're actually new on the market as well. These are the Hornady Frontier, and they are the 75 grain bowtail hollow points. I like them quite a lot. I've only spent a couple range sessions with them, a few hours each, but they're basically, what I think is going to happen is they're going to replace the GM223 M3 rounds, which I've been using, which are Federal 77 grain bowtail hollow point. They use the Sierra projectiles on those, and it looks like at least for now, I'm going to be stepping away from those and getting into these Hornadys. They have a higher muzzle velocity, they have a little bit less recoil, and they seem to perform really well. They're priced right. They're made at the Lake City factory right here in the US, as I am moving into all my ammo being US made. So that said, let's get to the all important factor here. Weight. I have a new scale just for these projects. Okay. Now this is unloaded with the optic, 85.7 ounces. Let's see if we can get that into like a more reasonable figure here. There are a lot of options on this scale. Okay, 5.355 pounds. And folks, that's awfully light for what this is. I could have gone lighter, but I did not feel that I could go lighter and still have the level of quality and reliability and ruggedness that I wanted on this gun. So the only way I could have had all that and gone lighter is if I had done maybe lithium alloy receivers, carbon fiber handrail, maybe a carbon fiber barrel, but to be honest, I don't think I would have even gotten one lighter. I could have gotten a pencil profile that was wrapped in carbon fiber, maybe be a little bit more rigid, but at 10.5 inches, I'm not too concerned about it. This isn't a 20-inch barrel, and its rigidity is going to be just fine. Faxon does a fine job with them. These are button rifle, which, as I understand, are a bit more rigid than your hammer forged. Anyway, I'll probably get some comments on that. I'm aware I could have that wrong. I apologize if I do. Other things I could have done to make it lighter would have been what I would consider, for this build, a compromise. For other builds, it's certainly something that I would like to try down the road. I could have done weight reduced BCG. I could have done an even shorter barrel. Certainly they make them shorter. I didn't want to lose those ballistics. I didn't want to lose any more velocity. 10.5 was definitely the shortest I wanted to go on the barrel length, and carbon length gas is definitely the shortest I wanted to go on the gas system, which is what it is. Oh, I believe the gas tube in this, which I failed to mention earlier, is a Spikes Tactical coated gas tube. I don't know that matters. It's pretty insignificant in both weight and performance, I imagine. So anyway, but when you're going all out, you go all out. So that's that. 5.35 pounds, and boy, it's a beauty too, isn't it? Isn't that just a nice one to look at? And it handles real well, it shoots real well. I quite like it. The MRO is a new optic to me. I've never had one before, not even the older red ones. Got some friends who do, and one friend in particular, the Gun Penguin, I suggest you go check out his channel. He might have done a video on it. If not, maybe he will now that I recommended it. He's got one of the older red ones. The differences are, well, it's a red dot. The battery length it lasts longer. I think they go like 3 years on a setting of 3 on the red dots. And as I understand it, there's a certain serial number range on the red dot version, which will actually have a slight amount of magnification. I think it is 1.05. I could have that wrong. I think that's what it is. 1.05 times magnification. So very minor. Something else that they have is that there's a blue tint to them. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. Okay, I can show you through here. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Maybe I'll do it on this camera. I think I can show you. Yeah, that's a lot better. So you guys can see through here on my white background. There is no tint. There's no magnification, and there is no tint to this. I can even turn it on and show you the color of the green dot, maybe. Are we that cool? Yeah, there you go. It's coming through. Not focused, but you can see the color. It's kind of a lighter lime green. You can see that a little bit at least. Rather than the darker, more foresty green of many green lasers and green dots. So it's very mid-spectrum, stands out well. I do need to get some kind of something to cover the lenses when I clean this, because I noticed I got some cleaner on them. And it doesn't hurt the lenses, but it's just a pain in the butt to wipe it off with the cleaning solution, get the lens clean again. So folks, that's that. You'll be able to see what I've learned from doing this build and my last build and the experiences of others, wrap it all up together, and I'm going to apply that to, like I said, the other 2 builds, my SPR build and my 300 blackout build. They are both based on Aero Precision receivers and rails, and right now they both have ballistic advantage barrels. The SPR is a Hansen profile 18-inch mid-length, 1-in-8 twist, and the 300 blackout is just their standard, I think they call it gunner profile, 8-inch barrel with a 1-in-7-inch twist and a pistol length gas system. So stick around, tune in again. Thanks for checking this channel out. And one other cool thing, when I'm done with all these, we're going to get into doing some ballistics. I've got some ballistic gel and molds on the way, chronograph, and we are going to go out into the desert and shoot, and we're going to see how these various rifles perform, particularly the 10.5-inch and the SPR. We're going to see how they perform with the same ammo and a couple different kinds of ammo. So we'll have some fun. So anyway, stick around folks, check out the other videos that are coming up here, and let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. You all have a great rest of your day.